We're back then with what will be a relatively short video for Marvel's Avengers, and this is in regards to loot. One of the most problematic elements of the game. If it's not bugged, it's time gated, or it's simply underwhelming, Crystal Dynamics really need to get on top of it as soon as possible. Now the reason I'm doing this video anyway is over the course of the last few days when I've been doing showcases of all the different legendary sets that are in the game, and on every hero bar Black Widow they've had a 100% chance to actually drop when you complete an elite hive, an elite vault, or your other elite content. Now in the last few days, I think it's possibly since the small patch that went out, I've had quite a lot of comments from people saying that when they're running the elite villain sectors that the legendary gear is no longer dropping at 100% of the time. Now the legendary gear has already been nerfed once. If you go back to patch 1.30, you actually had this in the patch notes. So it states gear with hero specific perks can now be awarded epic, legendary and exotic rarities with the correct number of perks. Previously legendary gear items of this type had too many hero specific perks and epics were not awarded at all. So what that essentially means is when you were running your elite content, you were getting legendaries that had 3 perks. This was reduced to 2, and your epics, they only have 1 hero specific perk. Now that's why when you get them dropping, they look so odd. I've had quite a few of these purples drop, and they'll have, for example, 10% extra intrinsic energy on Iron Man and nothing else. Completely useless. But the legendaries, they were moved from 3 perks down to 2 as part of this nerf. And then we also had a lot of people that were noticing that it looked like Black Widow's drops were actually bugged in some way, because she was the only character where the drops weren't actually 100% when you were completing the elite content. Few people actually worried that maybe her drops were working and it was all the other characters that was bugged, and I'm starting to think that may be the case, and I really hope it's not. But if we bring up a comment here we had from one of the developers on Reddit. So this was the Reddit post here. It came from the awesome throwbones of the Marvel's Avengers science table. It's a great place to go and geek out and talk about theorycraft, and I'll put a link to the actual spreadsheet, which I believe links to the Discord in the comments below. But with this, he was asking about the Black Widow loot table. Can we get an acknowledgement on it, because it did look like it had been bugged for in about 3 to 4 weeks. We got a response from Phil, which was nice to see. He stated, I'm going to ask some questions and have people to have a look. And then he mentioned when he edits the post that we believe we may have found an issue. We wanted to let you guys know we are on it. Now that was 7 days ago. The only thing that I believe that's changed since then is that in your elite villain sectors now, that loot is dropping the same way it was dropping for Black Widow, and that it's no longer 100% guaranteed. So Black Widow's loot appears to be the same as far as I'm aware, but I've not done a lot of farming. Let me know what your results are in the comments below. But our loot appears to be the same, and the other characters in this one part of elite content are now actually reflecting her loot. So does that mean, as I mentioned earlier on, that the bug actually lied with the other characters and not Black Widow? Now if that is the case, the developers need to be transparent. We had a pretty large nerf which just took away a lot of the usefulness on the legendary sets when they were changed from 3 perks to 2. If it's now changed that they're no longer 100%, when you think of all the different RNG that comes with them as well, you've got the rolls on the stats, you've got the particular status effects that can apply to different abilities on these legendary sets as well. It's just not a great change to make at all in my mind. It's just RNG on top of RNG on top of RNG. It's just simply far too much. But the developers need to be transparent as well. If they've done this, they've changed it, the drops shouldn't have been 100%, and they're gradually changing this for all the characters. They need to come out and say that. The way this post actually reads is as if they've found some kind of issue with Black Widow and it'll be fixed and everyone will be happy, and it looks like the opposite may actually be happening. But let me know in the comments below what your experience is with loot at the moment. This is, as mentioned, specifically affecting the villain sector, so maybe it is just a bug, but if that's the case and this video gets some traction and we actually get a response from Crystal Dynamics, either way it will be good to know. But again, let me know in the comments below, and thanks for tuning in, stay safe, and I'll see you all again soon.